So where are we doing this? I think Anita mentioned earlier she's in Colchester, which is just sort of to the east in the sort of the Suffolk area, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got people doing this all across the country. So a question that we're quite frequently asked is where's the best place to do this? And the standard response is actually within a 30 to 45 minute radius of where you live yourself. Okay, so this is about owning and running your own business. It makes sense that that is geographically quite close to you. Unlike other franchisers, we don't have territories. We don't allocate a certain area to individual franchisees, if you like. We look at population levels, sensitivities, demographics, saturation levels, and so on and so forth. So if there is a particular area around you that, in our view, is perhaps full, and to be honest, there aren't a huge number of those across the country, there will be somewhere else that you can pivot to have a. That's from an internal perspective. Sorry, Anita.
Yeah,
yes,
I was just going to add, we're about 20 minutes from our properties, which is a huge advantage, particularly when you're renovating. And we've got franchise partner, another one in Colchester, and actually somebody that's just joined in Ipswich. So I can see as we move on that we might get together and share a handyman or something like that. And I mean, we already collaborate in terms of sharing ideas on renovations, and we've got cleaners that operate in the same houses and those sorts of things. So yeah, that's certainly been beneficial for us.
And whilst this is somewhat of a loaded question, I suppose it's clearly a collaborative style approach. You're not in competition with each other. It's all quite amicable, right?
No, yeah. We, in fact, a couple that have recently joined in Ipswich, I think a month or so ago, we were looking at they bought 2 houses, just looking at them and sharing ideas. We've just completed on another property, and again, they'll come round and do the same and give us new ideas. So you don't feel as if you're totally on your own, which is great.
And that really is the ethos that we try and bring to the network, in that we are as open as we can be, and where people can help out each other. That's great, because we can do a lot here from head office, but actually, having that support network quite local and regional to where you are is clearly advantageous as well. As I say, that's from within our network. Externally, there are some restrictions as well. So different councils have different rules and requirements and appetites for this, and national government have their own overriding sway as well. So the reason I mention this is what you can do in some areas you can't necessarily do in other areas. This is a complicated area of investment. We've got a couple of qualified that work in-house that help guide you through this process, but it is complicated, and you do need to know what you're doing, because, as I say, the rules are pretty inconsistent across the country. So, but hopefully you can see here that it does work in a variety of different regions, and I'm sure there's going to be somewhere relatively close by to where everyone's listening to today that this model could. I've talked a bit about who we are and what it is, but what is it that we actually do? So I'm just going to talk a little bit about